I'm gonna stop asking questions.
Hold on, when I get to a part where I can, you know, not pay attention and, you know, talk. Actually, I could pretty much do it now.
Or he's wise because Dara inherited Illidan's voice.
Ada's whole story is fucking exposition.
Like, literally, I'm just playing through this. Real easy.
This is
Illidan gave him his voice.
But no, so essentially...
He said, here, my sand nigger child.
Oh, look, I know this. Yeah.
And then Gar was like, what the frick?
They're like, we gotta shoot this girl. She's like, who the frick?
Because, you know, Chris and Pierce are fucking retarded.
So he takes
Sucks in a go. For the third time.
And basically, the whole plan. Yeah, the whole plan is to copy the world and, you know, do that shit. And his first step.
I can shoot myself.
Because the main character, he knows
you'll find out
me sucking God, me enemy.
Main guy.
Yeah.
Knows that he will eventually become bad guy.
No. He knows in these niggers' eyes, me bad guy.
No, I'm watching.
Me talking king of demons.
Because he has demon god, he knows people will see him as bad guy.
So his first plan: kidnap main girl and trap her in his fucking castle.
I prefer to stay out of the spotlight.
Because that's his girl and he needs her to be safe.
You need more?
I mean, I guess.
Say less.
He locked away her power.
I'm being shot at.
That's me.
I'm gonna die.
That's
I'm
me.
gonna like
You want the hole?
Oh. That's me.
They really are.
He kidnaps his girl for her to be safe.
He literally
and then wages war on the world.
Seals her power, takes her sword, locks it away.
For her to be safe?
Because nowhere is safer but with him. But if she has her power, she could just fly away.
Okay, because if she had her power, she would just escape.
Yeah.
Potential danger.
Problem. Right after he kidnaps her, we get the flashback episode of her getting her power. And we find out that that sword is not a part of her power. That sword is a demon.
Used her spruce games.
Hold on, let me sit up so I can listen to what you're saying.
Because she got a whole bunch, she's like, I have to spend her sword.
I'm just calling demons. Demons are basically like ghosts or apparitions.
So she got me like groceries for
this guy was a blacksmith. And he spent his whole life trying to make the perfect sword.
So in death he became
I have so many liquids in my room.
As a demon he became the perfect.
No.
Like cans of soda, juices, waters.
So he made the perfect sword, but he died doing so. So his body literally walked the earth with the sword, challenged people to a fight. That way if they win, they earn the sword. If they lose, they die. As a child, she beat that nigga and earned the sword. The sword was separated from her. That demon reappears, gives the sword cutting demons to get to her. He's like, your sword? I was like, what?
Your sword master?
Really?
And so she's like, thank you, Jeeves.
Real talk.
Frees herself. Oh man, anime is great. Hasani, why are you not out of here yet?
Because this is a big boat.
You started on a submarine and now you're on a boat.
Yeah, this is a different boat. The submarine I was in was under China.
He's in China.
And now I'm in China.
I understand that, but you went from a boat to a boat.
No, submarine is not a boat.
So,
boat to a boat.
Submarine is not a boat.
So submarine is an underwater boat.
As I was saying, a plane is an above water boat.
It is.
I think a submarine might be a boat.
A submarine is literally an underwater boat.
I thought a boat only floats above water.
Yeah,
that's why you add the adjective underwater.
I think it's an underwater capsule.
Underwater capsule boat.
Listen, I ain't here to get it. Not for submarine.
You're bro, look it up.
I hate the water.
Definition of submarine. Well, it's just the fact that you started.
Submarines are referred to as boats rather than ships.
Huh. But then I'm on a ship then, so it doesn't matter.
No, it's referred to as a boat.
Is a ship a boat too?
Yes. A ship is just a big boat.
Listen, fuck water.
You said fuck water.
Fuck water.
I mean, I did find an underwater shark earlier.
Fuck water. I don't know who's with me, but fuck water.
A boat, a small vessel propelled on the water by oars, sails, or an engine.
See me on Skybase, Act 2.
So a ship's just a big boat.
Oh, you're probably gonna have to fight dude with Leon at the end of this. Huh?
No, I'm going to have to fight myself.
You can call a submarine a ship too. A large vessel,
In the end of Leon's story,
a vessel
she's
larger
supposed
than a
to
boat
fight
for transporting
that
people
fucking dude.
or goods by sea.
Like when everything
Oh, yeah, that's actually afterwards, yeah. Because
Oh,
this is all happening at the same time.
Anyway, talking about
Okay, that's what.
Demon gives her sword back.
yeah, and then she escapes.
When you're done, remind me sub and dub.
But
and I
like,
can figure out what I was
obviously, you get that moment where like she's
Finish
face to
your
face with the
guilty
main
acts.
character, the main
I
dude.
bet you
It's
can.
like, why are you doing all this? And he's just like, stay here, you'll be safe. I love you.
So in other words,
Do you see how I just died?
he becomes bad
Did Chris
guy.
kill you?
Chris killed me.
Can you do that again?
So like, he becomes bad guy, but it's not like he loses his mind and like gets.
No, he
bad.
has full control
He just does.
and
bad.
all the power.
I probably can do it again. Because that was
Like,
He just tries to protect his
Hasani,
lady
is this your favorite
friend.
part of the story?
Look, this man's just like, yo, let me get in there. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? You're not gonna. Hey,
That's what Hasani looks like when he sends nudes back when like they
Whatever.
send nudes first.
What am I looking at, Hasani?
yeah.
Oh, you didn't get shot though.
No, so
No, he shot your
because
ass.
he thinks that I'm the other Ada.
Yeah, but
Yeah, because Chris is fucking stupid.
Why'd
He
you
has,
let
no,
that minion do that to you?
Oh, he wanted to see.
he has no fashion sense.
like
What a friend.
roaches.
Right? He got one friend point.
All right, like,
Yeah, again!
I think the point is just.
How did he do that to you? You
I
weren't
think,
even on the
you have
green.
to, I think you literally have to like sprint past him.
yeah,
It's Like,
I realized that after.
So he
Yeah.
basically that basic shit happens where he's all like, "Don't leave, I love you," and then she's like, "Why are you doing
Can't
this?"
shoot.
He's all
I
like,
just
"I can't tell you yet," and she just escapes, and then I didn't need to ask him again. It was gonna happen fucking anyway.
Hey,
I feel like so many things in anime will be solved if people just said what they were fucking planning
no,
to each
because
other.
so that's the thing though. Anime is a reflection of people. And people suck at telling their
That's
emotions.
sometimes.
So then basically,
Nine-
I would survive in an anime.
she gets a whole army of flame mazes to fight his army of demons, and there's like a big war until finally.
That reminds me.
I'm going to turn around.
Anyway.
He saw me. I got
Say, all that war shit happens until the final episode where like the final climax is gonna happen. They're gonna copy the world, and the Flame Haze's plan is to stop that from happening.
Cockroaches.
Why?
Because
They want real people to kill.
no, that's the thing. Flame Hazes kill demons because they eat humans. The demon,
Oh, the flame
What's-
hazes are the torches of
Yeah.
the people.
the demons just want to eat people. That's it. And they're gonna copy a world to eat those people. That way they don't have to stay in the real world.
What the
Flame Hazes want to stop that because it doesn't matter if it's the real world or the copy of the world. They're still eating humans. That's not okay.
It wasn't even the one that was. in
So they
front of
try
me.
to stop
The one
them.
behind
They
me saw
fail.
me for some reason.
So they found
I'm gonna kill
out
this one, right?
there's this like it's like a spell that they're
I'll kill
activating.
it before I come.
They're going
comes
to
over
alter
here.
the spell. That way the law would say in that world that you can't eat humans. They failed that.
Alright. Even
And-
though I know that wasn't the one you were aiming for.
I was just trying to.
And then finally, when the world was being copied,
Where's
so
it at?
basically the thoughts of every demon created that world. And the world had the law not to eat humans anyway. Because even the demons didn't want to do it. Because like
a roach.
they're not bad.
Like a
They're
roach.
basically
He's
like
waiting around
Like-
the corner.
they just
like
want
a
to live.
So,
That's fine, just shoot him in the
the
head.
whole point of this secondary world was so demons can eat big people. But the second world was made and the demons were like, nah, we're alright.
That's pretty cool.
Most of them said, "I don't want to eat it,"
It's on me, I'm looking for your perspective of like, what a thunder.
and
Look
like
at him. Look at him right down
they
there.
all moved to the new world. Some of the
Wait, like
planets
that?
moved to the new
Them
world
getting
because it's just a
attacked?
law.
No, what
it's
you
not
seen.
like coded into the demons.
I've seen
So there are
back
some
of
bad
her.
eggs that need
What?
to
I've seen
be
the back of her.
stopped.
The back of the
So some flame hazes leave, and then finally after
Oh, I
that,
just saw.
it's just the main guy and the main girl and like a few side people.
Is that mine, Chris? Right there?
What?
Next to you, on your right.
And the main girl kicks the main character's
Yes,
ass.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it is.
It really is.
Because he's all like, "I did this for you, so you can be safe."
Yeah, I
He's all
did that
like,
for you.
"You should have fucking asked me." And she fucking beat him up. I'll show you that. Like,
I mean,
Yo, Tom.
she ain't wrong.
That's not how stop.
I can't cutscene.
Well, pause it.
You're testing something?
Yeah, I'm testing something out to see if it replays the cutscene.
But
Wonder when we'll get to meet this
Brings
dog.
back
It's cause he showed me a picture, like a gif of a thought.
I'll take long.
But yo, you're probably not gonna remind me because
80% of women on the
You're
internet
right.
are thoughts. Yes.
Because
Wait, didn't I just...
it's free.
I'm waiting for the gift. Like, oh, that's
I'm
not
doing
enough.
this again.
No, yeah.
Fake.
I mean, it's
Porn is
there.
free, right?
It's there.
You're
So-
walking up the wrong.
That is a challenge.
I'm really just redoing everything again because I hope I don't. So, you know, you're gonna have to just cut off 10 minutes. I guess.
I'd rather avoid these guys. Wonder if there's another way.
I'm sorry, everything can't be fucking
Video what?
succubus, Chris.
Porn.
What?
No, the fucking fight. That was so Devin.
So,
Wait, what fight?
Stay out of the spotlight.
Oh, anime.
I'm gonna be honest. You said that like in my direction. I'm like, who are you talking to like that?
no! Okay,
Hey, me, right?
So, basically, I tried going back and I ended up already.
You end up getting all right.
I ended up going back to the farm, essentially, because the checkpoint I was at wasn't safe. So it brought me back like 5-10 minutes before
Yo, what?
wherever I went back.
Dark Side art? Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds? Best art.
I believe you.
Is that the part where they're on a motorcycle?
That's the series they're on motorcycles.
That's the series that started.
Like,
Yeah.
see, Vaughn gets it.
I'm gonna punch you in the chest.
Like,
It's not even bad because his PP don't get hard. He needs to call a doctor
I
when
don't
it
know,
lasts
man.
for more
all
than
I'm
an
saying
hour.
is, he got it. So,
Everyone else was so boring, and I'm like, well, not boring, but then I saw fucking Akiza, and I'm like, yo, this girl kind of, yo, she got another dragon. I'm like, yo.
Hasani's like, yo, my boner lasted longer than an hour? Hello, Mr. Priest?
this
What the frick?
Chris is,
I like Akiza. I don't
Fucking
give a
hate.
fuck.
listen,
I don't like her. I like her
I like
titties.
GX and you
I'm being
are
honest.
racist.
GX dub is bad.
Sure, man, you think all those are
To be fair, 4 kids dub is bad. Bad. True or false?
両ハイさんは死が近いことを知ってフィリ
Funimation? I don't even like
自在式
Funimation.
も問題なく
I hate Funimation.
Okay, but yeah, four kids walk so that
いつ消えてしまうとも限らんのだ
The only one that's doing is like this.
all of them wouldn't be like that without four kids getting
誘導完了です
our
I
generation.
forgot about that fucking Jesus
I tell
baby.
you that's lies.
So like, the dude who made the Midnight Lost Child, he was human, and he fell in love with a demon, and he only made it so she won't be hungry, because the people eat
Searchlights, huh?
the life force of people is like torches, and she's a demon that needs to eat people, and she fell in love with a human, and he fell in love with her, and he's all like, I make tool to
Like, they try to
make
make
sure
this
you're
like
never
Metal Gear Solid.
hungry again.
Really hard.
Well, one thing he would just make that for everybody.
He died.
Frick, what?
And he, like, that's why she put it in a torch.
Die?
But like,
She introduced it for herself.
nah. Why she wants to live?
Why are you doing this to me?
Her dude is dead.
Dumb
Don't get
bitch.
shot.
He
Don't
made
get
it for
shot.
you, you dumb bitch.
And the,
What are you doing?
I don't know. She's stupid, dumb bitch.
and she never died because like she has a
I'm
long
trying to not
life.
die. I
And
only got
demon.
shot.
Yeah, and then the guy was a ghost, and they were like, and into a baby.
They ghost demon fuck?
Yeah, and they made a little baby.
How?
A little Jesus baby. And he's half demon, half human.
It's all just in their heads. Baby doesn't really.
一度背負ってくれたゾフィーに
Because that's actually important.
込まざるを得私たちの力
So, lime and lemonade and
後で話聞かせてよ
Whatever happens.
本当に
What?
答え
We'll walk through so much. Anyway, we all gonna say that my argument for watching this shit.
It's because in
莫大な存在の
in early dub, it is walking.
協力してくれるよね
In early dub,
早い
child
あれは有事の自在法
to middle school.
先と効果がこいる彼女の統
Characters
治は
that were English dub,
無理ですよ
bad at making
じゃあ一体 てめえは何のために向こうに渡るんで
of what was happening in the situation
I'm just upset.
and the overarching plot.
Not
That is my opinion. That is how I view it.
Overarching plot.
Yes.
Okay, go on.
They are bad at the overarching. Like, for example, 4Kids dub of the first original Yu-Gi-Oh
Question:
series.
Is 4Kids your only example of bad dub?
No. I believe that.
I like you to know that fucking funny dub you just saw was not 4Kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, this video is pretty fucking
that
bad.
was Aniplex, and by the way, the only reason they did what they did was because the actual
Does that change the result?
Yes, the sub was so bad that it made no money. So when they got permission to dub it, they dubbed it whatever way they wanted, and it made more money.
So
He
what
said
you're
sub, but
telling
like,
me is
the anime was bad.
they could have dubbed it properly. They just chose not to.
If they dubbed it properly, it would be as bad as the sub.
So they just chose not to.
Yes. And
So what you're telling me is they dubbed it.
Like, it's literally a meme for the sake of being a meme because they knew what the property they
So
had.
by that
did
property, they dubbed it bad.
Yeah, on purpose.
That doesn't on purpose. I'm gonna exclude
Okay.
because from what I'm hearing, they still dubbed it bad.
Yes, because they knew it wouldn't make sales. Like, legit, if you're given a
So-
property that was already bad.
So you made it bad.
Yeah, they made it
You
bad.
just made it bad.
So you're blaming 4Kids dub,
No.
not English dub in general.
No.
No, he's blaming
Specifically for Ghost Stories, that dub I was showing you, the original anime did bad in Japan, and Aniplex, I guess, got the rights to it, and there was like, this wasn't good, it wasn't done well. But we have the rights to it, so we have
But
we
that's
have
no
to use it.
excuse to just be trash because the original was trash. You could have done it
It's
justice.
they were doing a meme. They were literally making a meme of it because they were like, if we own this property, we can do whatever we want with it. We already spent the money. It's like, if we make it the way that it was originally intended, it would be bad.
Now I get
Like,
it.
But like they could have taken an opportunity to do it well.
like, what's the worst game you've ever played?
Oh, fuck.
Sonic 06.
Let's say they would make a Sonic 06 movie. You already own it.
I'd watch the fuck out of a Sonic 06 movie.
'Cause you already know it was bad.
I wouldn't pay
originally.
for it, but I'd watch it.
It was already bad.
Yo, it's Ada!
I want to know who the fuck in their right mind would
Oh, look,
do
I just
this.
died. I saw myself dying.
I would make a Sonic 06 movie.
I would never.
But no, so essentially,
Yo, I have Chris fucking voice act for Knuckles.
Chris, if you own the rights to
I'm more
Sonic
for than the
06,
best of them.
that was a cutscene that we missed, which was very important.
Dead Ada.
No, when Ada died.
Yeah,
Well,
I saw-
Ada.
Yeah,
Fake Ada.
but no, so essentially, if you own the rights to Sonic 06, the game itself did really well money-wise, but like rating-wise, it didn't do as well. You already know that it's already highly critiqued. Why would you do it the exact same way if people didn't like it?
Why don't you do it better?
I would try
Or
to
do whatever
better.
you want with it. Because
Yeah, you
anything-
either do
that-
it better or you meme it.
And what I'm
They-
hearing is
They copped out and memed it because it was easier
good
to
side
do.
of the coin,
well, all I'm
bad
saying-
side of the
all I'm
coin.
saying is the dub ends up being more popular than the sub.
Because it was a
That's
meme.
And
Double-sided coin.
again, they do
No,
like,
no, you are right. Like, you can either do it severely well or severely
I read it
bad
as
as a joke.
DUBBLE.
They could have tried
Like
their hand
dub.
at doing it
Oh,
justice.
better yet, have
But
you
it was an easier way to sell it by memeing it.
like so. Another example would be, do you know how when how many zombie movies there are, or zombie stuff in general since like 2009ish? There's been So Shaun of the Dead was created in a meme of the whole zombie genre,
It was basically the scary movie of zombie movies.
but it was a horror comedy. It made fun of all the
Yeah,
horror
like how Scary Movie is a parody of horror movies.
It did well because it makes fun of itself. They were going for that.
I feel like Shaun of the Dead did well because it was the first parody zombie movie. That's the only reason why I did it. It was the first.
But Zombieland did well
Parody
too.
But it wasn't the first.
It wasn't.
No, you know why Zombie?
His Scary
my
Movie
opinion,
did the
why
Scary
Zombie
Movie.
Land did well?
They did like 4
Because the
scary
actors.
movies.
No, because of
No,
good.
hell yeah.
Because the act.
Literally because the actors.
Jesse
I don't
Eisenberg,
believe
Woody
anybody else would
Harrelson,
sell that movie.
Woody Harrelson, Emma Stone.
But my question is,
People watch it just for them.
are you saying it because they're famous? Because they weren't famous
Yes.
when that movie came out.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't.
No,
They
it's
were
because
pretty
well.
more
That was the
along the
first
lines of
They were pretty well
That
known.
was their first movie, except Woody Harrelson.
I-
Everyone else, that was their first movie.
if you put like
That was literally their Emma Stone, Jesse Eisenberg. That was their first movie.
Alright, so Jesse Eisenberg, right? If you put
There was no
instead-
way. There was no way in hell that was just Eisenberg's
Yes,
first
it
movie.
was.
I do not believe.
If
I'm
you
not
put-
saying you're wrong.
It
I'm
was,
saying
it
I
was his
don't.
first A-list movie.
So say you put somebody else who
Over
doesn't look like Jesse Eisenberg.
Help
Let's say
me.
he doesn't look like a nerd. He doesn't look like somebody
You see
who...
what's happening?
Fake it is dying.
No, she infected herself with cum.
Come.
So is that you?
Pierce nutted in her. Not Chris. He knows.
She was like,
better.
"What are my shirts, nigga?"
Well, we need to burn that laundry hammer.
So,
This is what Roberto's nut does to
obviously, she's a
people.
boss fight.
And soon,
It's just-
this frail
But
ship
essentially,
And a
going with what
society.
you were saying.
Mhm.
After she's done,
So Jesse Eisenberg. Imagine imagine it was a different kid who didn't look like a nerd, who didn't look like he was socially inept, who didn't look like he was awkward. Do you think that movie would actually sell?
No.
No, but also
Because the
they
whole
made-
point was
because the
they
characters
needed
made
a
before.
nerd, a tough guy, and a hot
Like
girl.
the characters were made
Yeah.
and they had them audition. What I'm saying to you is like I get what you were saying, but it would only work if the actors were more established beforehand. That was their first run-in with like acting in an A-list movie. So it,
I don't consider Zombieland a good movie.
Triple A, like in the sense of
Triple A.
It did very well in which it moved up the charts.
well, more so of the production. Like there was a lot of money given to them to make the movie. That's what I mean by like A-list movie. As in like a AAA game would be this because it's made by a well-established
Because
company.
it's Capcom.
I think this is like maybe a B.
No, because it's Capcom.
Capcom.
It's gonna sell.
Capcom is a
It's gonna
AAA
sell
company.
X amount of copies because it's simply a Capcom game.
EA, Capcom, like any big name
Maybe people are
companies.
just dog shit.
Yes.
Well, they can
Because
make
it's
garbage games,
Capcom
but
and
the
because it's
company,
Resident Evil, X amount of people will buy it no matter what it is.
the quality of the game doesn't establish the rating. It's more of
The company name?
the money. Yeah, the money attached to it. Like whoever made Shovel Knight, that's
She
not
must have
AAA.
injected herself with a powerful dose
But it's
of
a
the
good
sea
game.
virus.
It's alright.
Like, regardless.
Don't call it that.
All I'm saying is like this is AAA because of the amount of money and production that went into it. Anything that's like a mainstream title is AAA. Horizon Zero Dawn, AAA. Even though it's the first of its
See,
own kind.
Verizon, that makes sense as a AAA title. I don't. Maybe I guess for this time. When did this game come out?
2013. 2013. No, this game.
No.
Yeah, 2013.
I guess that makes sense then, for that time. Because I'm be honest, like I wasn't buying this game.
Well, yeah, but because of
Capcom's dog shit at this time in my life.
because it's a mainstream series and it's from
Shit, they're
Capcom,
still doing shit.
that's what makes it a AAA title. Like anything that's like doesn't have a lot of money backing it is not AAA. That's literally like God of War is AAA game.
That makes sense.
Crash Bandicoot AAA. What's not AAA?
I guess.
Freaking Life is Strange. That's not AAA. Any game that's made from Telltale, it's not really AAA because it's like not a big company.
Mad Dog is a big company.
Mad Dog is. What, Mad Dog?
What games do they make? Is it Mad Dog that makes
Naughty Dog?
Cry?
Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog,
Yeah,
sorry.
they Last of Us, Jack and Daxter,
Naughty Dog's still AAA because of Last of Us.
Uncharted.
That makes.
Because of Last of Us.
Uncharted
makes
as
And
well.
they made a few more Uncharted. And they made like one more Uncharted game afterwards. No, they made 4 and then Lost Legacy.
Yeah, which could have been this, but they made enough stuff that basically just makes them an
They
established.
did enough to stay.
They haven't had any misses.
Now, once you say The Last of Us, that makes sense. I know a lot of people. Like, I didn't play the game. I know a lot of people love that game.
Like, but essentially, that's what makes them that. And so, my argument for anime companies is Funimation would be a AAA equivalent of a
For English dubbing, yes.
a dubbing company.
For English dubbing, yes.
So, my main reasoning for why most people have a negative assumption of dub is because at the time where people were growing up watching dubs, it wasn't the best quality because it was still them figuring things out. Not
And
only,
Inuyasha was okay.
yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
shows were okay.
Yu Hakusho.
Yu
Yu
Hakusho was
Hakusho,
okay.
Pokemon, Naruto, Dragon Ball, all of them.
Hellsing.
Like, but regardless, like it's introduction.
Full Alchemist.
But
We'll even go with Brotherhood, because it was also on
Sonic
Brotherhood.
X,
That's all like that. Like
Ultimate Muscle,
we're talking about like fucking Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Oh.
Sailor Moon. Like,
Someone was pretty bad.
regardless, like it people love it. And so the reasoning being is because it's more accessible. That's the biggest reason why dub is popular, because not everyone is willing to read, and also
Girl Shonen is so
That's bad.
fucking.
well, no, because you gotta let it finish. Not everyone's willing to read because it draws attention from everything else going on. Like imagine if I'm playing this game.
How long does it take you to read a sentence?
It's not about that.
Yo, like
It's still deterring you from the main action going on.
Yo,
Like
But
no matter how minuscule, it's still not part of it.
yo, Chris, you know what feels good? When I'm reading a dub, and then like you can see, I'm reading a sub, and I see the sentence cut off. I was like, ooh, something cool could happen.
All right, I keep getting punched by this thing. I'm just like, what the frick?
When you're watching the action and you're like, there's no words.
Oh, you see me get hit by that like 4 times, right?
Right?
You're gonna
I
keep getting
experienced
hit?
that.
I'm really just gonna keep getting hit by it.
Like, I'm telling you, when I experienced that, I'm like,
Anyway, so my reason
Right.
for liking dub over sub
you tell me you're not just like,
is because
Fucking
when
you
I'm watching sub, the inflections of their voices don't
hold
match
you
up to
to
me. More. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna keep getting punched by each. Oh, I know. I'm supposed to. I got stuff. I'm supposed to shoot that blue arrow.
what the hell is that?
White
that's Ada.
cone.
That's Ada.
It's undulating.
The other Ada,
She's
she
Ada.
got shot and she shot herself with the C virus and she became this. So,
Data?
The Dick C virus. C stands for cheese.
anyway, so my argument was basically,
Ah, goddamn.
I feel like when I watch dub, from what I've seen, there's only like maybe 4 to 8 different type of voices that are used. You see the face in the wall? Look at this in the wall.
Face in the
It's
wall.
gone. It's gone.
Oh, now I was saying Ada's like in the walls because she is everything that's white in the wall. But back to what I was saying. Whenever I watch anime, I want to be able to understand a language I know. So when they're giving it to me in that, it's easier for me to understand and hear the differentiation of the other voices. When I hear Japanese voices, because of how they create characters, they seem to typecast themselves based on the character's designs. Like if they're a big bulky character, they'll typically have like that deep voice. Or they're like a younger female looking character will have that super high pitched voice. And so that's probably one of my biggest gripes with it. Your gripe is, oh, they mistranslate things. That is a big thing in older animes, I'd say, but in newer animes,
No, it's still a big thing. Because, I'm sorry, that hit me hard because...
I wasn't done, but go on.
No, I'm sorry. That was rude. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say a big reason why they do that is because they also try to match the mouth flaps with the animation. And most of the times when they do change things, it's more for localization issues. Whereas, like, if they were to make a joke based on how things are in Japan, it wouldn't make sense if they dubbed it, so they make it another joke for us to understand it. Like if I
I
say,
can't lower the fucking chair.
like if I say something about a Japanese bridge that's always faulty or something, if I make a joke about that, that wouldn't work well. But if I make a joke about the Empire State Bridge, you'll understand it because you're a American. That's literally it. Also, I'm fighting myself. I'm just fighting the wall.
So big, and yet so emotional.
But
It's time for you to shut
that's one of my that's one of the like. There's justifications for the issues that they do, and not every anime done is going to be straightforward, but it's also not exactly all on the voice actors. It's also based on production, and because you don't have Japanese as your native tongue, even if they are faulty, most likely you're not going to realize it because it's in a different language.
Well, that and if you're a dub watcher or a sub watcher, you probably wouldn't take it.
You know what I'm saying is like if let's say you don't watch dub at all and you're watching only sub, like no matter what, even if because you don't understand Japanese, you're not going to even notice if they were to make mistakes because they're in a different language entirely. Like if the same way like how I listen to Korean music, like I listen to it based on how it sounds. And I was actually talking to one of my Korean friends, and she listens to it and the music I like, she hates it. she's like, it's not that good because of the type of music that what they're saying. I'm going based on a different standard. I'm going on how it sounds, while she's going based on how they, what they're saying, like if they're flexing or not. And so we're looking for different values because of the language barrier. So for you to be like, oh, dub sucks because it's not the original language, it's literally like, but you don't speak Japanese. So like, your opinion on it is just like, I like the language.
So, using that point, sorry. What if I would like to learn more about the Japanese culture of how they originally existed? In their, like, I don't want to say land, how do I say this properly? They created it themselves in their context of Japanese fan culture. What if I, as an outsider, want to understand how that is funny or why?
You can. Like, you're free to do that, but the issue is with all the, for lack of a better word, the superiority complex that comes with the sub-watchers, they're constantly down talking.
Remember episode 1 of that? Remember this nigga's voice? Remember how bad it was? Remember to the point where I was like, I watched the dub. I don't want like I can tell.
Well, yeah, but you're not everyone. That's the thing. Like, that's also based on subjectivity. Like, what I'm saying is 9 times out of 10, when you're watching a sub, you wouldn't realize if it's a bad voice actor, like, because you're going based on personal preference based on what you can interpret. But like, I guarantee you, there's probably a lot of Japanese people who was like, dang, I kind of want to watch this.
It's time for you to
whatever I understand. But like, if they know English, they'll probably watch the dub just because it's easier just for them to watch. But if they understand Japanese, and they're like, oh, okay, cool, I can understand this. Like, Chris, you don't listen to K-pop, so a lot of Korean people probably sound the same to you. Me?
Me too.
The only reason I would listen to certain K-pop is because it just has a good enough flow to it. Like, at this point, it's just like
You
different
want
music.
more. But see, that's
Well, I mean, like, I would listen to like R&B, K-pop, vernacular. Apparently, K-pop is just popular music.
Everything's being well, yeah. That's the stuff. Like, that's also the thing is because people are constantly trying to change language, it makes things difficult to interpret. But that's besides. Like, essentially, my main thing is I don't like Dragon Ball Z and freaking sub from what I've heard because everyone doesn't sound like because of the tropes that they are attached to.
I feel the only reason people don't like it is because they can't accept the way Goku sounds, even though Goku sounded that way.
Yeah, that's fine, but so that's not even the reason. That's
even though Goku has changed, I think 3 different voice actors from the time of Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z.
that's fine, but so do you know the reason why he sounds the way he sounds?
In Dragon Ball,
In general, why he has such high pitched voice?
I'm assuming it's because he started out as a kid, so I'm assuming they have to use a kid voice. But unfortunately, they couldn't have a kid's voice on, so they probably have to have a woman's voice.
Kind of. So essentially, characters who are like Goku are like side spirit, and so they tend to hide higher pitched voices to reflect that. And so, yeah, essentially. And that's fine or whatnot, but as someone who isn't versed with that culture, it just sounds like, why is he going there so high pitched, essentially. And that's fine. Anyone could, like, you can like what you like.
So I haven't watched Dragon Ball sub, but I had assumed Dragon Ball sub to Dragon Ball Z sub. No, people would familiarize themselves with the voice actor because, oh, that's Goku that I grew up with. That's the Goku I know. It would be weird to change his voice actor like they did in Ranma. I don't know if you know the series or that. They changed the voice actor halfway through, and I was like, what the frick? Because I watched it in English. But in English sub,
They did.
they did. It's not hard of a fucking difference, I'll tell you that.
I'm telling you right now, I think they changed the dub voice actor because the sub did.
Well, I'll tell you straight up. the dub was harder.
Okay, so
What they did was
It's like you know how he had a raspy voice?
yeah.
He went from having a raspy voice to having like a clear teenage voice.
So this is what
He
happened.
went from smoking cigarettes to being good real quick.
So this is what happened. The sub,
eyes are
they
exploding.
had
and killing
the obviously the Ronald voice, but I think that guy died
So essentially, I
I
gotta
had to
get
change
this
to
Blu-ray
Inuyasha in sub.
in sub,
Yeah.
and because the sub did that, the dub did the same thing
That's dumb.
and took Inuyasha's voice.
To be fair, that's dumb.
You know why I,
I
like
think it was
that?
like episode 86.
Yeah, I think so. You know why I like that?
It was like literally a
There was an OVA.
because they showed Inuyasha.
Yeah, they had the same voice, dog. Like, and they mentioned it, I was like, ah!
It's so emotional. It's time for you to
I feel like
That's my kind of stupid.
that's why I don't like it. It's fucking stupid. Because it's just like, why do you do that? You, like, in English sense, that's stupid. In Japanese, it makes sense. That's how you gonna replace it. How you gonna replace Hayaki? You can't. That nigga actually died. So in Japanese, how you gonna replace somebody that died? You have to just give him a new voice.
It was funny. I'm thinking right now, like, why I watch bullshit. Like, something bad. And I'm thinking to myself, this is the same argument we have with my like with sushi. Like, you know how, like, I don't like seafood? Hey, sushi.
I mean, at this point,
It doesn't make sense.
I give up. It's just like, it don't make no sense to me. Why would I care?
I'll watch stuff that doesn't.
I mean, like, that point,
See,
why would
but
I care?
yeah, that's fine, but like the issue comes down to people being like just down.
You know why I don't care? If it's there, I'll watch it. You know why I watch a lot of sub? 'Cause it ain't there in dub yet.
That's
I
fine.
want it now.
But I prefer, like, that's what I'm saying, is like, I wait for the dub specifically because I prefer hearing it in different languages, and that goes
I'm
down,
tired of waiting.
That goes down
You know what I would watch first? Radiant in French.
to, like, Chris, you don't watch it, but you know, as, Eraser, the guy with the scarf.
Yeah, it's an overrated character.
He would sound the exact same as the voice actor he played Shigeru, based on the character design. Like, the sleepy, lazy character who's, like, super smart. Like, they all...
I feel like he should sound more husky.
Yeah.
Mainly because he's older.
All of them, like, based on designs, have that same, like, remember that Korean dude in Parasite? The, Ova. That dude. The Korean dude in Parasite, the father. When he was talking to his son, he was like, Ova. Like, the deep voice. All of them would have that
I
same.
tried to delete Parasite out of my mind.
Whatever. That's besides the point. The main thing, the main thing I'm saying is they would all sound the same based on how they're designed. Like, based on how they are in Japanese culture, they would all have that same type of voice. So I would want differentiation in my characters, and because they're in English, I can understand that more. Like, Bakugo doesn't sound like Freaking Deku and Eraserhead, all my, like, they all have like distinct voices that, like, if I was to look away from or whatever, I can know who's talking. But because
I think at that point the brain could do that. Because I know the difference between Goku's voice,
I'm trying to figure out
Gohan's
what's
voice.
killing me.
Like, that sounds dumb, but like, I know between Goku talking, Gohan talking, and Goten talking.
Even though it's the same person.
Even though it is exactly the same person. Because of the way their language is portrayed.
But that's also based on, like, watching it over time. But, like,
Well, I mean, it's more along the lines of, oh, you don't know about the game. The world of Final Fantasy. It's a character who uses the word "the" a lot in their sentences. The word in Japanese is "desu." So it's like more of a trope. And it's more of like a childish trope. So if a child is talking compared to like a adult is talking compared to a person is talking, I would know because I understand the speech patterns too.
but that's something that you learn, right?
At that point, yes, it's because I've watched enough of it to know who is
So
the
that's what I'm
difference.
saying. It's like naturally, like based on how I already.
Yeah, but if I watch dub, I can tell you straight up, Eraserhead probably sounds like fucking All Might, who sounds like fucking Hawks, who sounds like fucking Endeavor, who sounds like fucking
Christmas song?
So I'm gonna tell you right now. What the frick is? I'm trying to figure out what the frick's going on. Like I think the eyes are exploding, but I'm behind the freaking pillar. So how's it?
Like, I could probably hear Vegeta talking, Piccolo talking, Yamcha talking in Dragon Ball Super dub. And I would probably say I can hear barely a difference because at least Christopher Sabat, although he's a dog shit person, he knows how to voice act them differently.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like I can.
Yeah, he has a different range.
Until I found out, I didn't know they were the same person. Like he plays a lot more characters than just those.
You know who Chris didn't know is the same person, but has a fucking excellent range? Shantae, Risky Boots.
Like, do you know who else?
That's
Freaking.
pretty good. Cause Risky Boots is pretty, like, Risky Boots is pretty good, Shantae is like pretty weird.
Do you know who else Chris Sabat plays? Zoro.
I don't watch One Piece.
Yeah,
You
but-
can't bring that to me.
I guess whatever. But what?
Is that my host?
What I'm saying is, based on. I'm really
So emotional. It's time to give it a shot.
What are you watching? What?
Anyway,
That means it's
what are you
fucking dumb.
shooting?
The eyeball, clearly. If
I'm
you keep
glad
blowing
I-
up the
I'm
eyes,
glad
you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah, but like I'm blowing it up from a distance.
Doesn't matter. You're gonna blow up. Well, it blew up.
But it blew up when I wasn't looking.
You gotta hide.
Where are my keys?
Where did I shoot now? I just keep shooting the face.
Yeah, and then the red shows up and you shoot the red.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to get in there. There's another eyeball.
It's open.
Trying.
Oh, now open no more. You didn't try hard enough.
I was shooting.
You should have stopped and run.
I couldn't. Am I supposed to run in there?
It looks like it.
I'll try. I'm gonna shoot this and then run through it.
Why is it not exploding either?
Right? Well, healing items is a bigger question. I'm gonna have to kill myself because I have nothing. But okay, whatever. My main thing is just it's all based on personal preference, and for you to just like down talk other people, which most of the stuff the movie does, it's kind of just douchey. And their reasoning is like, oh, it's in the original language, so it's automatically better. It's like, no, because that's not necessarily true. Sometimes the voice actors could just be like, dang, this is a quick paycheck. Let me walk up in here and say some words, and you wouldn't know because you don't understand the language. Which also means you wouldn't understand the difference in inflection. By the way, I'm also waiting for myself to just die. But, like, that's my main argument is like, don't know. So for you to be on that list, oh my god, English voice actors don't try ever. They put in minimal effort and it's so easy to tell. It's like, no, like these people dedicate their lives to this because that's their job. That's literally like the guy who plays on Spike's Eagle. I don't know if you probably see that. He played a lot of people and he lost his job. Like he didn't have
well, like he's one of the few good at voice actors.
Yeah, see, like even if you're a bad person, you're still.
I don't believe
love their
that.
job. Like Chris Sabat, like even though he's probably a second person, like
I'm gonna be honest, he only voices like deep, husky voiced characters. He can't make like a Krillin
he
voice.
plays the cat.
What?
No, the white cat. Go on.
Corin?
He plays.
You telling me that nigga doesn't have a husky voice? He has a pretty husky voice.
But they're like I don't. What do you mean by husky? Because like they all sound like Piccolo and Yamcha.
It's like they sound
Piccolo
like
and Yamcha sound like two different people.
they sound raspy. They sound like they have like a.
Why is it when I'm trying to die I'm not dying? What the fuck's going on? Like kill me.
It's like naturally when they talk, their voice is kind of scratchy.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like Yamcha and Piccolo, even if they're the same person, they sound weird. Like his regular voice.
Yeah, but he can only do that type of character. Is what I'm saying. He can't do a Krillin. He can't do a Goku. He can't do a lighthearted character.
I guess.
Correct?
I mean, I guess it depends on because like that goes out to the trope. If you want a lighthearted character to sound high pitched, then no.
I'm just saying, like, he can't do a certain type of character. He can do, like, the bad guy or, like, bad boy character.
Or black guy, apparently.
All Mike Black today, like...
No, he plays.
No, I
So big, it's so emotional. emotional. It's time for you to shut up, Carla.
His black guy voice is pretty good.
Huh?
His black guy voice is pretty racist.
I mean, if I seen anything from Anaplex, English dub.
What the frick was like? Anyway,
It's just the way I see it. English dub, just like it changes too much from the. It deviates from the. It's like when you read a book versus when you watch the movie counterpart. It feels.
Oh, shoot the blue thing.
I've been to. Do you not see how the
There you go. You see? That's all you have to do.
You tried so hard to destroy the world.
Yo.
Now you've destroyed
Is
your
it?
body. Hope this is what you wanted.
Anyway, I did the thing finally.
Put up the window.
It just feels like if you read a book and you watch the movie adaptation.
Thank you.
Well, do you know a lot of people hate Kuwabara's voice? I think you're one of them.
I don't like Kuwabara because he sounds stupid.
But like his voice is very distinct. I feel like it matches. I feel like it fits. It works.
Well, I mean, this is because we're two different people at this point. I hate stupid things, man. Literally, I just hate stupid
Kuwabara is
things.
very stupid.
Hollow.
Like,
Exactly.
Even in the manga.
Why would I like
it's
it?
just dumb.
Why would I like it?
But it's not about like it's whether or not it matches. That's the distinction you're supposed to be making. It's not about whether or not you like it. It's does it fit the character. Gara is
Well, I mean, like, him
voice-
sounding intentionally stupid to me is stupid.
well, Gara sounds edgy because he is edgy.
Like, I'm gonna be honest.
No, chapter 4. I got one chapter.
If
Well,
Thomas said 2
anyway.
plus 2 is 5, that's stupid, right? Even though Thomas uses his regular voice. Or if he said 2 times 2 equals 6, that's
Doesn't it?
stupid.
I'm joking.
Oh, let him finish it.
Anyways, we'll see you guys next time on Let's Play Resident Evil 6. We'll see you next time, guys, when Hasani finishes Chapter 5. Bye, guys.
How long is it? Bye.